I just came back from vacation and my dog Tula, she was acting so different. Turns out that's pretty common. Many dogs, they act really strange after their pet parents return from vacation. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the top reasons why our dogs are acting so different after vacation, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Are you looking to learn more about natural pet health and wellness? You've come to the right place. Click the link to subscribe to Veterinary Secrets. We were heading off to the sun in Southern California to do a race. But, unfortunately for the poodle, she didn't come. I was a little bit sad to say goodbye to the snow, but more sad to say goodbye to the poodle. Here she is sitting in the window seat, pining, looking out, as we leave snowy Nelson to go away to sunny Southern California, but without the poodle. But I come back from the trip, there's the poodle lying here on the couch, head down, kind of mopey, not super keen about me even just walking in the door. Call her name and here she is, here with her faithful Stuffy, and she's not moving. It's like she is different. Turns out that our dogs, they have an array of different emotions, much more than just happy, sadness, anger, fear. They can even hold a grudge. Really, poodle? You can hold a grudge? Just because I didn't take her on vacation? Reason number one, your dog's routine is off. Tula is a dog who thrives on routine. We wake up about the same time. I got out of bed, she gets out of bed. I have my little breakfast, she has her breakfast. Then it's time for our morning walk. We have a pretty established routine. Sure not the same when I've gone on vacation. It's now thought that some dogs, they even have the ability to judge time in terms of they know about this time, this is when you get out of bed. This is when I have my breakfast. This is when we go for a walk. When you're getting ready, for instance, to go on vacation, everything's different. You're leaving at a different time. Your dog might even act anxious or indifferent because they know something is not right. We had a wonderful dog sitter. I know Tula got well taken care of, but probably the dog sitter had a different routine than I. She probably wasn't getting up at 5:30 in the morning. She didn't feed her the same time, go for the same walk at the same time. Tula adjusted to her routine. We come back and all of a sudden, well, what's this? A big point here is that even if you're away, you have someone who's dog sitting, try to keep your dog with the similar routine as much as possible. So you're going to have the same feeding times. You're going to make sure your dog has his or her familiar toys. Tula's got her still Stuffy. As close as you can, at least incorporate some of the similar routines. It's going to make your dog feel so much better. Reason number two could be separation anxiety or depression. Could be that you're well-meaning. You want to make it a positive experience every time you leave the house. But if you've got a dog that's already anxious and all of a sudden he's a little bit nervous and he sees you getting your stuff ready, you're putting your coat on, the first thing you do is you coddle him and it's okay, Tula. It's going to be okay. Yes, don't worry. I'll be back soon. You open the door. He or she starts to whine and bark and make all that noise. So you stop, you turn around, you come back in the door, you coddle him or her again. It may be you're actually setting your dog up for anxiety. And can you imagine these anxious thoughts just running through your head? Same things could be running through your dog's head. And geez, when's he going to return? I just can't cope anymore. Everything was so good. We got up at the same time. We had our treat. We went for a walk. And now what? It's like it's all so different. So she keeps spinning and spinning in her little head. And the next thing you know, she could just shut down. Some dogs can get to the point they're actually depressed. A dog that has serious separation anxiety, they eventually may get to the point where they just shut down. You return from your trip in sunny Southern California, your dog, not super excited to even see you. Why? Separation anxiety, it's fairly complex to treat, and I've talked about it in previous videos. I'll link to some of those videos. But the big point in terms of treating it is, number one, it goes down to training and retraining. It means you're seeking out a licensed, experienced behavioral trainer that can help you deal with separation anxiety. And then secondarily, to potentially help you, you're looking at some form of natural aid to help deal with some of your dog's anxious emotions. Our new supplement, Dr. Jones's Complete Canine Calming Chews, which include melatonin, L-theanine, valerian. It may be helpful for our dogs that have some degree of anxiety. They're pretty tasty, at least according to Tula. We're going to be a lot quieter today. Point number 3, much the same as you and I, people, our dogs, they can become overwhelmed and exhausted with their emotions. So you've just got to be patient. You've got to give your dog time and think about switching shoes or roles. Like, what if you were your dog and your dog is taken off on vacation? All of a sudden, like, the one person that you're most bonded to in the world is gone. You're left alone in the coolish house. You don't know what's up, and there's a strange person showing up. Of course, you're going to have anxiety, and you're not going to be the same. So it makes sense when the supposed person who best cares for you comes back after being away for what seems like a year. You're not going to feel quite the same. As an aside, I remember going off to boarding school at the ripe old age of 13. That's right, grade 8. When I returned home for Christmas, I don't think I was feeling quite so warm and fuzzy with my parents. Even though it was my choice, I won a scholarship. It's another whole story. That's not the point. But the point being, like, you build up these walls, and it's just how you cope. So I can kind of relate. Sorry for leaving, Poodle. Point number 4, we may be encouraging this behavior. An example I can relate to myself is that when I've been away for an extended period of time, maybe I've gone away for the day skiing, Tula spent a bunch of time alone in the house. She might be hanging out at the couch again, and I call her and she just kind of looks at me indifferently. She's not getting off of the couch. So what's the first thing I do? I reach for a yummy treat. Pull out the treats, I shake them. And Tula comes running over. Oh, Tula. So maybe Tula's figured me out. If I act kind of depressed, hanging out on the couch, you know who is going to give me more treats than I expected. So perhaps I'm actually contributing to it. Get back to your usual routine. If you come home after being outside for a couple hours, your dog's hanging out wherever in the house, you call his or her name. Say you typically just give her one treat. We'll come back from your big vacation, do the same thing. But I know we came back from being away. Tula got about 20 of these. So, like, who's the smart one? Who's the smart one here? Her? Him? I don't know. You decide. Point number 5. Your dog may have had a bad experience with a house sitter. Perhaps your dog's even sick. Tula loves her pet sitter Shelby, who I completely trust, so I know Tula had a pretty positive experience with the pet sitter. She may have even been walked more. I think Tula had pretty good while she's being pet sat while we were away. But if we had somebody different and Tula didn't bounce back in 2 hours, that's about the time she acted distant and different. Literally, 2 hours after we returned, Tula is following me around the house. She's tasting her stuffy. She's looking for treats. I wake up in the morning. It's as if I never left. So yeah, she returned to her normal Tula self pretty quick. But if you've gone away in the past before, your dog's been pretty well normal, and all of a sudden now everything seems really different, something just to keep in mind. And if you're using someone as a pet sitter, try to get someone who is experienced, preferably someone you know, someone that comes with references, someone that is licensed, bonded, and insured. Then the other possibility, perhaps your dog really is sick. I mean, maybe you need to go be seeing your veterinarian. And you're going to see that it's going to be more than your dog just acting distant. You're going to have a dog who is lethargic. They're not interested in eating. Perhaps they're not even drinking very much. They're acting clinically much, much different. And if that's the case and you're not sure at all, go in and see your veterinarian. So if this is going on with your dog, what should you do? Well, step 1, you need to give your dog time. Reestablish your routine. Get your dog back on his or her normal schedule in terms of waking up, coming downstairs, having her little treat, having her breakfast, going out to the bathroom, those routine sniff walk times. Reestablish that routine. Most dogs, they're going to return to normal within 1 day, maximum 2 days. If it's more than 2 days, you need to be thinking about something more serious. If it's more than 2 days, I would go see your veterinarian. Step number 2, you need to work on your bond. Try to reestablish that human-animal bond. You want to try to do that in an easy, undemanding way. An example would be you just sitting down beside your dog, you're watching some TV, you bring over a little stuffy, she's checking out the stuffy. You happen to have a little treat, she's chewing on the treat. It's an easy way to just reestablish that bond. Going on short, unexciting walks, but your dog can do a lot of sniffing, a little bit of visiting. Tula loves doing that. I want to sniff the tree, have a pee, wander over there, go over here. Short little things. She loves those little walks. That's another really good way to reestablish your bond. What do you think? Go for a walk? Yes, you want to go for a walk. I know you do. Step number 3, you got to reestablish your routine. You're waking up at the same time. So is your dog. You're getting on routine. That's our routine. I eat, she eats. And she knows, like, where is my food? Tula knows if he's getting food, I get food. There's your food. We're back in routine now. You're going for your routine walks. I do 3 walks a day, minimum with Tula. We walk about the same time. And I know that really helps her reestablish her sense of, okay, this is what normal. They've come back. I now can readjust to the way things are. And as you can see, she's kind of looking her normal Tula self. Yay. But honestly, I was just so relieved to read about and see that it really is normal, that it's so common for so many people. And maybe for me to get a better appreciation that Tula has a range of emotions, as does your own dog. And yeah, they're going to feel different. You are the primary one that they're bonded to. You go away, like, of course they're not going to act the same. And doesn't that make sense? Makes sense to me. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets of Why Your Dog Acts Strange After You Return from Vacation. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book.